If there's any part of you that doubts your power, I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you about a client of mine that healed her RRMS, relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis. This amazing woman found me on social media. She was diagnosed with RRMS 6 years ago. And so for 6 years, she had been managing symptoms. For 6 years, she started walking with a cane. For 6 years, the lower half of her body was stiff, painful. It was really laborious to take steps, especially steps on her own, especially stairs. She was not the version of herself that she was comfortable being. But Western medicine told her this was the only way, and they offered help to ease her symptoms. But she felt and she knew deep down that there was another way. And then she found me. And when I met this beautiful woman and I started to get to know her and I started to learn about her situation, I could feel her healing. I knew it could happen. I could see it. And so we started working together. We started working on her subconscious mind. The most beautiful thing about that is it opens the door to so many conscious areas that we haven't yet seen for ourselves. So it's a process. We learned about this situation is that for a long time, this beautiful client of mine was overgiving. She couldn't say no. She was a really big people pleaser. And if she ever said no, she couldn't do something, she was stretched too thin, there would be a lot of backlash. So it forced her into a position where she felt like she always had to say yes, even though she was so uncomfortable, so overstretched, but she didn't know what to do. And internally, she was asking for a way to set a boundary, a way to say no confidently and have it answered. And around that time, she developed RRMS. And what we uncovered was that this symptom, this disease, while on the surface it is so not something that she wanted, it's not something that anybody wants, it surfaced, and when it did, and she told people no, and she set a boundary, and she quit overgiving, everything was forgiven. When she said no because of her condition, everyone understood. There was no backlash. There was no guilt, nothing. So this issue, this disease surfaced as a protective mechanism for her, to allow her to set boundaries, to allow her to say no, to allow her to live her life the way she wanted to. She wanted to relax. She wanted her life to be easy. She was working a lot and taking on so many projects, and it wasn't helping her. So then this surfaces. So as she's living with this for the past 6 years, she's hating it, resenting this part of her, really inconvenienced in her life, seeking out every healer imaginable, and wanting this to be over. As we uncovered that detail, instead of being mad at this condition, there was so much reverence and respect and compassion for this surfacing. Like, she was able to see this RRMS as a protective mechanism for her to help her, which is what our subconscious mind does. It does everything to protect us. So knowing that this surfaced to help her was huge. She was able to take control back. She was able to acknowledge that this surfaced to help her, but she no longer needs that help. She can set a boundary on her own. She can say no on her own. She can have her own back. She doesn't need this issue, this disease next to her anymore. So that was huge. And then we did subconscious reprogramming, we did tapping, we did mirror work, we did several modalities. And this beautiful client of mine is walking without pain, walking without a cane, lifting weights, squatting. She is a new version of herself. She is the version of herself without RRMS. So I hope you hear this story with wide eyes, full of inspiration of what is possible to all of us, and how healing is so close to us. It's closer than our next breath. We can heal. We can acknowledge the parts in us that we no longer want to be there. We can find the root cause of them and know that they surfaced for a form of protection. And we can bless them, and we can thank them, and we can get to know them, and we can send them on their way. All parts of us are here to serve us. And when we realize that, we can really rearrange things in a beautiful, uplifting, positive way for us. You have all the power in the world available to heal you. So focus, go inward. I'm here to support you. If I can hold space for your healing, you know where to find me. You are so powerful. Walk in this power. Feel into your power. use your power. You are here for big things, huge things. It's time to fill your potential. It's time. You got this. Follow for more.